When you look at this scene, how would you describe it? Cinematic, beautiful, maybe even surreal? What about this one? Well, everyone's opinion is different, but I think we can all agree that this looks amazing. So what makes the difference between your video looking like a $1 movie you shot on your Samsung phone and a video that feels like an actual movie? Well, let's find out. After analyzing a few movies that were praised for their cinematography, I noticed these things that anyone can use to make their videos look better. Depth. Basically adding objects in front and behind you to make your shot look more interesting. If you are using a good camera, make sure your aperture is as low as possible so you get this nice blur that focuses your viewer's eyes on you. Behind me is this green thing, that's the most blurred because it's the farthest away actually. And then is the plant thingy and the book and the other thing right there. And those together with the mic compose a few layers of depth in the shot, basically. I hope that makes sense. Colors. Use colors that complement each other well. You can use tools like lowspec.com to find color palettes online if you're not inspired, or just look at movies that you enjoy and steal the way they use the colors to make their shots look more appealing. A thing you will find is that they all have a main color which they use, which really makes up for the most of the shots. And this makes the composition much easier to look at. To give you a few examples, Whiplash, Dune, The Matrix, Oppenheimer, which actually uses a lot of black and white, and Spirited Away. Composition. There is a lot of theory behind this, but basically, don't overcrowd your shots. Make sure that everything you put around you in your shot actually puts more focus on you. Because for me at least, I like the more minimalistic style approach. And something I wanna say for someone just starting to record like me, a quick advice. Recently I watched an old video of mine that I did 6 months ago. I really look so dead inside and just like someone forces me to record. So you are not watching to copy effects, you are watching to get inspired. Study greatness, steal ideas, and make them yours. But what I didn't realize is actually when you go and record something, you actually want to over-express yourself in order to make it appear on camera. For example, you might think you look super happy while you record. You actually need to over-exaggerate a bit because it's as if the camera is a filter that really turns down your emotions, or in a way doesn't record them properly. Now, do you want to know a thing that's equally, if not more important than filming? Editing. This is the behind-the-scenes stuff that you might not see all the time in movies, but you certainly do feel. The thing that actually makes videos and movies more engaging is actually pacing. Think of your video like a line. The top and bottom represent low energy and high energy. You want to make sure the line of your video is wavy with ups and downs. Because imagine watching a movie where the protagonist is already balling out, he faces no challenges in his journey, and he's just rich and happy forever. It's not relatable. It's the hero's journey that makes movies fun to watch. Seeing Will Smith being dead broke for 2 hours straight, trying to get out of poverty, to feed his kid, and then right at the end finally landing his dream job and achieving his goal is actually what made the movie so memorable. For me at least. That's what makes it more impactful. It's like real life as well. Before you win, you almost always have to struggle and to figure stuff out. Now, another thing that subconsciously makes your viewer trust you more is actually the quality of your video. We have already covered how to make your shots look super premium, but you also have to do the editing right, because if your editing looks cheap, your entire video will look cheap. So the easiest thing you can do is just create stuff that looks super simple, yet super expensive. Sort of like the thing that I've mentioned at the beginning with making your compositions look simple. For the expensive part, it's a bit more complicated. You have to study brands like Apple, who are known for their luxurious feel, and see how they make their animation look and feel super high quality. For example, what I did for myself to make my videos look premium, I just built a collection of quality assets that I can use and combine in tons of different ways. For example, a thing which I always like to do is to use this overlay here and use this checkmark text animation. If I'm adding both here on the side and and customizing a bit. For example, let's turn this into an upward arrow and make it blue because that's my main color for these videos. You can see I created a simple animation that looks super premium very easily. So you see, you don't actually have to go that crazy with animation for your videos to look amazing and very cinematic. And now that I quickly customize it, I can just duplicate it, change the text here, and I have it ready to go. By the way, if you're interested in getting the same assets and animations that I use straight into Premiere Pro, just like I have it here, and it includes over 300 drag and drop assets, and actually more than 50 of those are fully customizable. I'll put on screen now a few animations that I've made with this tool. So if you want to make your edits feel expensive and premium and actually save a ton of time, if you click the first link in the description below, you'll find a video showing you more about it and all the assets it has inside of it. But now that we know how to make good edits, let's look at So audio is very important, because could you listen to me if it sounded like I was in a Call of Duty lobby with the boys? Well, probably not. And audio is really the thing that turns the moment in a movie from an average one that you would forget into an iconic one.
Danger. Like, what's up, danger?
So here are all the things that they included to make their movies sound so good. Sound effects. Make sure you have a bunch of sound effects ready so you can add them whenever there's something moving on the screen. For example, a whoosh when an object slides around the screen, or a UI sound when something gets clicked. And let me just show you the timeline of my last video so you can see how crazy you can actually go with the sound effect. And as you can see, there are a lot of sound effects and I'm not even going crazy with it. And what I personally use is this plugin, which enables me to import any sound effect I want by just double clicking, and it's instantly imported into my timeline, which makes my workflow super fast. And as you can see, there are a lot of sound effects, over 150 actually. So I'm pretty sure I won't be ever running out of sound effects, and this is why I actually love it. I know I have to be consistent with my sound design in my videos, and this also enables me to have a faster workflow, and it also lets you import actual animations into your timeline. For example, you can see this information title that I use all the time. This is actually one of the things I added from the latest update. And as you can see, there are a lot of text animations in here for reels and everything. And what's actually crazy with all of these animations is that you cannot make them inside Premiere Pro, but this plugin enables you to have them there, and they're all fully customizable. For example, you just have to open the properties panel and you can change literally anything. Let's take, for example, here, instead of 50, I could put like 25 and that's it. Another example would be here, you want this to be like blue instead of yellow. I just have to change it here and it's done. So some things that I've added in the latest update are this money counter, this number counter, the notifications tab, and a lot more stuff. But these are just some few examples I can give you right now. And actually everyone who purchased the plugin before this has gotten the update. So I have this video showing you everything about it. And if you scroll down on the website here, you'll see the actual assets. So if you're interested, check the link in the description. Now here's a trick that I recently found. If you want your sound effects to blend better inside your video, go to the audio track mixer and add this studio reverb on the layer where you have your sound effects. Now, for voice, just buy a proper microphone. Trust me, it will be worth it, and it doesn't actually have to be super expensive. A free tool you can use if you have the Adobe software suite, if you pay for it. It's Adobe Podcast, and you just slap your audio in there and you download it, and it should make it sound pretty good, even if you have a bad mic. So if you've watched so far, I've already mentioned a ton of stuff that you can take action on, and I would recommend you to start with one thing that you really wanna do. But if you want to find out more about how to make people feel something when they watched your video, just check out this video where I break down why current long form videos are actually broken and how we can fix them. See you there or in the next video, and thank you for watching. Peace.